What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we're going to be talking about Blake Corum as he appears to be back to full strength. Also, an update on UMass cornerback transfer in Michigan target Josh Wallace. Plus, Colston Loveland speaks about the Michigan offense, Michigan coaching staff going to the Eastern Michigan satellite camp. And we're going to be given an update on two 2024 wide receiver targets for Michigan. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so before we go ahead and dive into today's video, I just want to mention that I have made a podcast, same name as my YouTube channel, Michigan Sports Talk, is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast platforms. So if you guys do want to go ahead, check that out and listen to the audio of my videos, go ahead, check out my podcast, give it a follow, and I may even be posting stuff talking about Michigan and talking about topics that I wouldn't talk about in my video, so go ahead and give it a follow. I would greatly appreciate it. But other than that, let's go ahead and dive into today's video. I want to first start this video by talking about Blake Corum, as he now appears to be at full strength, or nearing full strength, but nonetheless he is back now. He talked about his recovery on the 33rd team's road to recovery. He said, "When I say recovery is going great, it's going great." He said, "My knee is feeling stronger than ever. I'm feeling stronger than ever." He said, "I'm getting my cuts back. I'm going to be making a lot of people miss this year." And he said, "Within these next couple weeks, I hope to be anywhere from 90 to 100% and back to the regular Blake Corum." He said that he cannot wait until next Friday because that's when team workouts start. And he said that he just cannot wait to just go out there and be a full go and don't hesitate, telling himself that he can't do something in practice, but he can do this. He'll just be able to compete and do everything in the workouts and the practices now. He said, "I feel like I'm back to myself and I'm as happy as I can be." He said he has been working with the trainers at the facility and he's gotten a lot stronger throughout this month off. Then he said that when this teamwork starts, he said, "Oh, it's on." He said, "I'm going to have all the guys ready. We're going to be ready for September." So that is big news for Blake Corum and for Michigan fans, as his recovery has gone very smoothly and he's now starting to get to full strength and should be at full strength in the next couple weeks here. But now the next thing I want to talk about is actually the UMass cornerback transfer Josh Wallace, who we mentioned in our last video. Michigan has offered him a scholarship. He's a grad transfer, will only have 1 year of eligibility remaining. However, he is now scheduled to visit Michigan on Thursday and Friday this week. That is big news for Michigan. He's a very good, experienced player, and last season he had 41 tackles, 8 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. If Michigan lands him, they will be getting an experienced cornerback that they definitely need. He's still going to have to come and compete for the starting job, but nonetheless, they will be adding depth to the cornerback position. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is what Michigan tight end Colston Loveland said about Michigan's offense as he was on In the Trenches podcast. He first said that we are definitely going to run the rock. We've got a great O-line, great running backs, great receivers for blocking on the perimeter. However, he did go on to say that, but I think we are definitely going to spark a little more in the pass game this year, especially building the chemistry. He said we got JJ all off season. I think we are going to sling it around the yard a little more. Also talking about the practice reps in the offseason, he said having throwing sessions really just lock in to timing with all the quarterbacks and just the chemistry. And he said having JJ for this offseason, we didn't have him last offseason, that'll be huge for us, as obviously JJ last offseason was dealing with a minor injury that was preventing him to throw the ball, so he didn't really get to throw the ball that much in the offseason until I think around like the summertime. But Colston Loveland thinks Michigan will be slinging the ball a little more next season, which is definitely very nice to hear. He also revealed that coming in as a freshman, he weighed 237 pounds, and he has added more than 10 pounds, as he said that he weighs 248 pounds right now. Michigan's strength and conditioning program, one of the best in the country, and it's paying off for players like Colston Loveland and many other Michigan players. But now the next thing I want to talk about is actually the satellite camp in Eastern Michigan, or at Eastern Michigan University, kicked off on Tuesday, and some of the Michigan coaching staff that was out there at Eastern Michigan for the satellite camp included Sharon Moore, the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator Jesse Minter, defensive line coach Mike Elston, defensive backs coach Steve Klingscale, tight ends coach Grant Newsome, receivers coach Ron Bellamy, running backs coach Mike Hart, safeties coach Jay Harbaugh, and linebacker assistant LaTroy Lewis were all in attendance at Eastern Michigan for the satellite camp. Now, the Michigan Insider listed some of the top performers at the camp, and one of them was the 2025 wide receiver Antoine Thomas, also 2026 quarterback Tommy Carr, who is the younger brother of Notre Dame commit CJ Carr, and obviously both of them related to Lloyd Carr, Michigan head coach. Another guy was 2025 defensive lineman Vincent Giordano. Another one was 2025 defensive lineman Zachary Green, who goes to high school at University of Detroit, Jesuit. And there were a couple other top performers, but nonetheless, Michigan coaching staff out there working with these recruits, seeing the rest of the talent in the lower classes like the 2025, 2026 classes. Satellite camps are always huge for the coaching staff to just go out and see notable recruits who may be on the rise and recruits who just stand out to them. So Michigan coaching staff was at the Eastern Michigan satellite camp. They will be going to many more in the summer here, but I want to go ahead talk about some recruiting updates here. I am probably going to be posting a recruiting update for Michigan football tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that one. But I want to talk about the 2024 5-star wide receiver Ryan Wingo from the state of Missouri. He is ranked 7th nationally on 24/7 Sports rankings. He currently has a crystal ball prediction going in Georgia's favor. However, Michigan is in the mix here. First of all, on Twitter yesterday, he arrived at the On3 NIL Elite Series, and he was holding hats that consisted of Georgia, Texas, Missouri, Michigan, Miami, and Tennessee hats, all in his hands. He did later tweet that it wasn't a top school list, but nonetheless, Michigan is still in the mix here. He currently has 4 official visits set right now. He has one with Georgia on June 2nd, one with Michigan on June 9th, one with Texas on June 16th, and one with Missouri on June 23rd. Georgia does seem to be the favorite to land him, though. That's a little update on Ryan Wingo. And we also just got news today. The 2024 4-star wide receiver Jordan Shipp has confirmed that he'll be taking an official visit to Michigan this weekend. He's obviously the teammate of current Michigan commits Jaden Davis and Channing Goodwin. Michigan trying to complete the trio, and he will be taking an official visit this weekend, so that's pretty big news there. But other than that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. Other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.